What's up, everyone? How's it going? This is Game Face Killer back again with another solo stream. I am once again taking a look at the beautiful, the amazing Gloomhaven Digital by Flaming Fowl Studios. Hey, Joe, how's it going? Uh, just about let's see, a few weeks ago. That's actually been about a month at this point. They released the new Guildmaster Mode. I guess it's been a little less than a month, maybe like 3 weeks. And I took a vacation right in the middle of it, so I haven't got to play a whole lot, but I played a couple of times so far. I think we're getting past the main tutorial stage. There's quite a bit of tutorial stage. It's been a little expanded, but I think it does a really good job of kind of getting your feet wet, letting you get a little bit more control at a time. Hello, Zergy, how's it going? And then eventually you get to the point where uh, I'm still kind of on the rails in terms of scenarios that are available, but I'm hoping at this point I will have a lot of choice in terms of who I take, of and we now have item purchases, so I'm getting to spend a little bit here. Um, so we did find out there's some new buttons that are available. We kind of went through those last time. There's of course the world map where you can kind of scroll around. Very different from the previous world map because there's a giant fog of war over everything. It looks like we're going to be we've got just one option for quest. We've got to go and clear out a crypt in order to open up some new areas of trade. Oh, it looks like I can go a couple different ways to unlock some towns. And I also get some potion or stun powder designs by unlocking those for the shop. My second tab is, of course, the merchant. I've got some gold I'm going to spend today as quickly as possible before we head out. Uh, and then we've got the trainer who has basically a list of achievements to work on. This is one of my favorite things about. I, I will admit I'm not a huge roguelike fan. I do think that um, I mean the whole point of me playing games is on one hand I want to try out board games that are in digital mode and the to me, I feel like the roguelike is kind of not really like a board game, but Gloomhaven is such a great board game that it can even kind of incorporate a roguelike element into it. But one thing that I do like about roguelikes is when there's something to always be working on. For example, these achievements, the trainer, um, I can unlock new things. I get various rewards, unlock new story quests. For example, I can even unlock new characters um, if I just make these achievements at some point. So these would be something that I definitely want to work on, um, and I'm really excited about this idea of unlocking stuff. Um, and so we'll definitely be working on that a little bit. We can also buy some blessings. It looks like I'm going to have to buy blessings for everybody. I may not. I'm trying to decide if I want to do this at the beginning because one of the let's see, is there an achievement time tied to blessings? Because in the real game there is an achievement tied to blessings. Buying 10 blessings gets you an achievement in the physical board game. So I'm excited about seeing that. It does not look like there is so far. So I may hold off on spending blessings. So basically, what you do is you pay 10 gold and you get to add two double damage or times two damage to a character's modifier deck. But I think that the scenarios should be fairly easy at this point. That I don't really want to spend money on that. I want to save my money for filling out the inventory of characters for sure. All right, so everybody's got at least a couple of items. I think everybody starts with 30 gold worth of items, which is how you start the physical game with. But I did kind of get that chosen for me. It's not too bad. I feel like the starting items that you get when you play the physical game or the recommended starting items are pretty good. It looks like we've got the eagle eye goggles for the tinkerer. And so you'll notice on the inventory, I have 1 out of 2 purchased. That's because the tinkerer has one of them already. I can purchase one more, just like the physical game. Looks like they're limiting based on the physical game components, which is good. It keeps the game balanced. The question is, do I want another eagle eye goggles? It is something that I do use pretty often. That'll spend almost half of my gold, though. I do also kind of want to get Cragheart a little bit of armor, but the problem is, oh, he does have endurance. So he also has the ability to get a perk, which will ignore negative item effects. And so I think that's going to be worth getting him some armor at that point. But I think we'll wait on that. Leather armor's not too bad. It does just give you disadvantage and doesn't actually block. Hey, Lard, how's it going? It doesn't actually block damage per se, but it just gives disadvantage. It's not too bad. So I may wait and get the armor or hide armor for Cragheart. All right, so let's get the Eagle Eye goggles for the Mind Thief. And it looks like it doesn't equip it on anyone. Everyone's got an exclamation mark, which means there's an unequipped item. And we'll go ahead and equip that. Now you'll notice that there was a confirmation screen, because once you buy an item, it is bound to that character. So I'm not going to be able to give it to anyone else, which is okay. These Mind Thief and I wish that the Tinkerer. I wonder, the Tinkerer can probably sell these back, right? Yeah, probably. Yeah. So I can sell it back for half price if I want to, say, give it to the Spellweaver later. But the Tinkerer has they're kind of a gadgety type person. So having the Eagle Eye goggles on the Tinkerer is not really a big deal. I can get something else for the Spellweaver later. So we've spent 30 gold on the only helmet item. There's no more helmet items or head items. I think I'm going to. So the question is, do I want to buy a cloak of invisibility? Because one of them is owned, I'm sure, by the by the Tinkerer. No, who has that? The Spellweaver already has one. Okay, so then the question is, do I want to get one for the Mind Thief? Because honestly, the Mind Thief is a melee character most of the time, and so having invisibility is pretty good. Hey, Rook, how's it going? All right. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Cloak of Invisibility for the Mind Thief, just because it is a really strong purchase that will get a lot of use. And of course, okay, I guess I can unbind it for 10 gold and equip it on someone else. Interesting. So how does that work exactly? So I imagine what I have to do is go on to someone. Yeah. So I do have to. So it's not as much as selling it back and then having to rebuy it. I can unbind it from a character and then rebind it to someone else. That's good. That's a cheaper option. So I'm down to just 20 gold. I have all of the body items purchased that I want to for right now. Let's see what kind of weapons they have. Cragheart could equip a shield. It's crazy to me. It's always been kind of crazy that the Warhammer is a double-handed weapon. It does give a pretty strong effect. A stun is a pretty strong effect, but it just kind of, because I can't equip a shield, it kind of makes having something, makes having, purchasing it not really a lot, a prospect that I really like that much, because of the fact that I can't equip anything else. I could buy a shield, but then I would be waiting. to see if there's anything else that comes up. I'm assuming the Mind Thief has the Poison Dagger, yeah. So because the Spellweaver and the Poison Dagger only works with melee attacks, the Spellweaver and the Tinker are really ranged characters. I could give Cragheart a Poison Dagger and a Heater Shield. But let's see. I do have both Boots of Striding purchased. I'm assuming that, yeah, Cragheart's got one. Who has the other one? Maybe the Tinkerer? Huh. You know what? I'm thinking there must be someone who has it equipped. Yeah, the Brute has it equipped. And he's not in the party right now, so I would have to unbind it from him, but that's okay. The thing that's weird in this game is, I know, Heroic, it is. I've also been working a lot lately, and it's kind of starting to drain me. And what's crazy is school's just getting started for me, so hopefully gonna be able to make it. Uh, but yeah, the digital version's really recently added a really cool new feature, Guildmaster Mode, which kind of changes the they're not adding the campaign mode until they've got all the characters fleshed out and items and equipment and all that stuff. So they're still working on that. So meanwhile, they have a mode where you can kind of play a roguelike version of Gloomhaven, and it's definitely a huge step up in improvement of the last iteration of the randomized adventure mode. Um, it's interesting though. Whenever I have different groups playing in the same world of the physical game, everybody can just buy items. And so if three characters have Boots of Striding, we just can't play those three characters at the same time. But we have the two boots used always. But in this version, if you have multiple characters, more than four, you have to unbind something because there's two copies of many items. It's kind of interesting. Um, so I don't know if there's any boots. If I really want to buy some winged boots, yeah, multiplayer should be coming out very soon. Yeah, and I think table flipping will be back this weekend, hopefully. The wing shoes are good. They add jump to movement, which is helpful, especially for melee attackers. But I just don't know. I mean, I have to. Cragheart has a good. Maybe. Well, I think I'm going to just go with buying Cragheart a heater shield for a little bit of a defensive help, considering he is the main tank. It does become really handy. So I've spent all my gold. I'm not buying any blessings. So I think it'll be okay. So now I've got to decide, do I want to unlock Wayfarer's Rest, which gets me a mana potion, or stun powder? I don't think I have a lot of. Everybody's got one small item already. So small items aren't really going to be big for me until I get to level 4. Or no, level 3, I guess. That's interesting. Level 3. In the physical game, I swear that you can only unlock a small item every other level. Or maybe it is every other level. Yes, there are perks and combat decks. When you level up, you will be able to choose. They're over here. You don't have any other ability cards right now, or my guys don't because they're level 1. So all I have are the X cards. But once I start gaining levels, then yes, I will get to pick one new level card to add to my pool, and they have perks added as well, and they're different, I think, than the physical game. I don't remember Cragheart, for example, having an ignore negative item effects so that he can equip basically any armor in the game without penalty. So I feel like they're maybe changing things around a little bit with some of the perks, but there's definitely some really cool perks to purchase now. Basically, having a character at this point is the same as having a character in the campaign. You just don't have access to as many of the characters. I think because everybody has a small item already, it doesn't really matter what I choose. So I'm going to go for Wayfarer's Rest. We're going to travel. Yeah, so the perks can definitely modify your combat decks, or the perks can modify your modifier decks for sure. Ooh, we had an road event here. Up ahead, you see a quattrel suspended from a tree by his ankles above a smoldering pile of broken laboratory equipment. As you approach he notices you, can't read today, and cries out, "Hey there, travelers! Help a poor alchemist out, would you?" Um, oh, so because I have a tinkerer, my he refuses to steal from a fellow quattrel, so I don't have the option of robbing him. I can help him, ask him what happened, or leave him be. Um, I think I'm going to ask him what happened. Of course, I can't. I ask him what happened and help him. Hmm. All right, let's help him. I cut the rope, and the quattrel manages to land gracefully on the ground. Thank you kindly. Not too many folks traveling in these parts nowadays. Was scared I'd be up there for days or worse still. He reaches into one of the many pouches fastened about his waist and pulls out a small handful of coins. Here, take a small token of my appreciation. You bid each other farewell and continue down the road. 15 gold? That's not bad. I know. I have also played so much physical Gloomhaven, and I don't. There's still like new rules I'm learning, I mean, just the other day, I think I remembered that you could take a card loss instead of damage at any point, even if the damage is not about to kill you. And I just didn't even think about that in terms of a strategy. What was another one that happened recently? Oh, one of my friends I was playing with one of my friends, and I've been playing the Mind Thief many times. Um, and I didn't realize, or I didn't think about the fact that switching augments with a Mind Thief is a great way of grinding XP, and because they're not lost, they just go right to your discard. If you get rid of one augment and equip another, you could just kind of rotate around for whatever you need. And yeah, the new things you learn when you're paying attention, even after you played a game a million times. Set a trap. You find a large clearing in a small copse and set it up to look like any normal merchant's camp. As night falls, you hear low voices converge on your location and they charge into the clearing. You jump up, ready to teach the bandits a lesson they won't forget. However, you just didn't expect there to be quite so many of them. That's one of the things I love about Gloomhaven too, is the fact that you could be playing and someone could discover strategies that you never even thought of before, but that are very much a great strategy of the game. It's just how deep the game is, after years of playing, that you could still learn cool new strategies. This is a bounty mission, which means to succeed, you'll need to kill a certain number of enemies. The good news is the whole battle will take place in this single clearing. Ooh, so this is a different type of mission. The bad news is that the enemies will keep spawning until you kill enough. Oh, okay. So instead of going through a dungeon and having to rush through, you've got this one room and you just have to keep kind of grinding. I've got to kill 12 bandit archers and bandit guards to win. Okay. So I think I'll kind of start off the same way as normal, which is, let's see. Oh, I forgot I don't have the brute this time. Hmm. I mean, Dirt Tornado is always a great starting volley. I don't quite have these guys where I want them, this group of 3 up here, but let's see if I've got like a pull or something. No, I have a push, but only if there's earth available. Um, I do need to get closer. So maybe I'll use unstable and upheaval just to the basic move to get a little closer to the enemies. Now, one thing about this group that I have is they have great damage, including AoE damage, but not a lot of stuns and pulls and disarms. Um, well, maybe we'll start with some fire orbs. And for the Mind Thief here, we've got Fearsome Blade, but we definitely need to get close enough. Okay. It's a little bit later in initiative, but I'm hopeful that I can get to where I can push someone into a trap. Definitely got to utilize these traps. I'm either going to use a stun shot. Well, let's use a hook gun. Maybe that'll be a good start. So I don't have a huge high initiative. Yeah, so the archer's going to go pretty quickly. The archers, there's maybe more than one. Move 3, attack 2. Okay. There are 2. So I am going to move up a little closer. Ooh, we've got some Bandit Guard elites here. These guys attack pretty big. So they're going to definitely be the ones that I'm going to hit here with my Dirt Tornado. I guess I am going to go ahead and use my Power Potion because at this point I just want to clear the board so that I can only deal with maybe 1 or 2 spawns per turn. So we'll confirm the targets. And of course they did have a shield, a natural shield, I think. So, but they are muddled at this point, so hopefully they won't do a lot of damage. And the archers, of course, can shoot very far away and still hit, so they're going to be a concern. All right, so the Spellweaver can move 3. Now, if I use... Whoa. Unfortunately, can only move 2. But I don't think I'm close enough to be able to use my full fire orbs. Which kind of sucks. I'd have to move up at least 1 more space. Oh, but I can't even move into that space because there's a tree there. Yeah, I really don't want to use fire orbs on just 2 guys, so I think we will do a move 3, and then we'll just do an attack 2. Regular old attack 2. I won't use my power potion because I'll save that for an AoE attack. Yeah, that dirt tornado is pretty awesome, and it gets to be really powerful once you can combine it with some effects or kick off an element, consume an element with it. All right. So we'll have the old Tinkerer come up here. And we'll attack this guy and pull him on into the trap. Nope, I can't. Ooh, this would be even better. How about pull this guy into 2 traps? Oh, and I drew a +2, so it's 3 damage. I pull him through 2 traps, and he's dead. All right, so Mind Thief. Man. Now here's the question. 1, 2. Oh, I can't push. I can attack, but I can't really push that hard. At least not hard enough to get anybody into a trap. I guess I'll come up here and keep working on these guards because for some reason, they seem like they're doing a lot more damage, or they will be. I don't think I'll use the goggles just yet. Oof. Not a lot of damage. Okay, so the elite's going. He was not able to move. Okay, took a little bit of damage there. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's any spawns. I think, if I remember from the last time playing the tutorial, these glowing spots here, there's 2, is where you have... Oh, we did have someone come in. Because we've got a guard here. I think there's a new guard here. So we got to worry about that now. Whew, this is a lot. Okay. So I think I'm going to keep my group kind of up here and working on these guards for now. I have to move 1, 2, 3, 4 in order to be able to... And I have to jump, so now would be the time to have my great... Oh, that's a loss ability. I don't think I want to use a loss ability just yet. Although, at this point, the loss abilities, since I don't have to move through many rooms, loss abilities wouldn't be that big of a deal. All right, we'll go ahead and use 1 loss ability. And then I'm going to try to do as big of a movement as possible to... I'm going to have to use the massive boulder movement. All right, we'll see how this goes. So at this point, now we want to try to kick off some nice AoE attacks if I can. So I will heal a little bit, and then we'll do a flame strike. I should be able to finish that guard off. We'll save the big AoE attack for right now. I am going to get the Mind Thief set up to do some big attacks as well. Okay. And the Tinkerer, it is nice. I do have the ability of taking 4. I forgot last time it did tell me that I could take 4, but it recommended me stay with 2 heroes at first because it was going to be harder. And I can definitely tell you it does take a little bit more time to pick out cards for sure. I think I'm going to try to do. Maybe I'll do an ink bomb and try to do some healing as well. Well, there's not really a lot of people missing hit points at this point. Okay, so we'll just do an energizing tonic just to give me a little mobility. I'm not necessarily going to use the bottom ability for anything. All right, the Bandit Guard Elite is shielding and retaliating. So is the regular Bandit Guard. So we got to hit them. We got to try to finish them off before they, although the elites will get to go. So we'll try to finish them off before, do as much damage as we can before they set up that retaliate. All right, so the Spellweaver is going to do some healing on the Tinkerer. And then we've got the Flame Strike. It's just a range 2. Okay, well, that's all we'll have to do then. Hopefully it'll still kill this guy. It will. Okay. So now the Mind Thief. Looks like I'll just be doing the basic move. And then we'll set up the Mind's Weakness for some extra damage. Not going to use my... Wonder why I can't use my Poison Dagger. I am going to get this guy. Okay, so now I can use my Poison Dagger, so I'll poison him. These guys are going to be tough to kill. Nice. 3 damage and he's poisoned. So now we're going to kind of ignore the elites because of the retaliate. We've got a regular guard down here who is shielding and retaliating, so we'll kind of ignore him too. Now all we have to do is worry about the archers. So I'm going to move the Tinkerer on down here. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and trigger the ink bomb here. I am going to go ahead and use the goggles because this is a big... This is a big action. So it's going to be 4 damage with advantage on both of these guys. Why is that flashing? Oh, I guess it just flashes to let you know it's going to be at advantage. This guy has retaliate, but he can't retaliate that far. He does have an extra shield, but that can't be helped. Ooh, 8 damage. Wow, what did I draw for that? Oh, I drew my times too. Of course, I was. So the archer definitely went down, and the Bannegar took quite a few points too. Three damage on that one. But that was a lost card, so yeah, it's going to do a lot of damage. Okay, so +2 damage, but I did get rid of the elite archer. And I have killed, I think, like 3 characters? 3 enemies? Okay, so now at this point, um, man, I really don't want to have Cragheart wasting a lost card. So I think what I'm going to do is try to get close enough to use my massive boulder attack on just the regular archer at range. And then that'll hopefully set up some earth that I can consume later. And that's also going to do a damage that can't be blocked on the guard, which is nice. Okay, so now let's see. Round 3. Yep, 2 new people show up every round. That's insane. I don't think there's a third one showing up. I think those 2 guys were up there. I think there's just 2 new guys every round. Whew, which is a lot. Okay, so let's start with the Mind Thief because he is really going to be having a pour on the attack at this point. I am going to stun one of them and then attack the other, and then that should be a good amount of damage. So this is really an attack 3 because he has a poison on him already. Maybe the best attack I have option-wise. And it gets us an XP. So I should be able to stun the elite in the back and probably kill or nearly kill the guy in the front. So what are we doing with a Spellweaver? I'd like to get up and do some damage. It's possible. It's possible we could get up there and do attack enough that it could keep them immobilized so the guards would not be able to move up and do anything. So this means Cragheart. I'm going to try to find something to use. Oh, here we go. Crater. This will push. And so I think we'll push somebody back into the trap. And then we'll do the rumbling advance to kind of do a little bit extra damage. The Tinkerer, nobody's really... He's kind of damaged still. So maybe we'll move up and get him in position for some more healing. Yeah, and so we'll get him a little closer. So I think what I'm doing is I'm trying to divide up into 2 groups. I'm hoping to maybe kill this guard and this archer to even the numbers a little bit, but I am kind of wedging my way into these 2 groups. All right, so first we were working on this upper group here. We're going to start off with a stun. I love this card on Perverse Edge. I use the bottom half almost all the time when I'm playing this character, just for the stun. Plus, I mean, it's a close range attack, but it's still range. It gives you an element on the board and an XP. It's pretty awesome. I'm not going to use my goggles. It's not about doing big damage, which gets blocked most of the time, but it does do that stun, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. Now we're doing Submissive Affliction, which should be a 3 attack and an XP. because of the fact that he has a poison on him, which is going to also do an additional damage. So that's 3 damage, and then I have my augment on, which does another 2 damage. That's why it looks like it should kill him with a base attack. And instead I draw ×2, so I do 11 damage, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so Cragheart did take damage, but already that shield's paying for itself. Ooh, and he's got a nice trap for me to use. Okay, so that time it had to take the damage. That's okay. All right, the Tinkerer, I might have to put him into... Oh, of course, he is immobilized, so I will just have him heal. And you may have to switch to heal mode. Okay. So we'll keep Cragheart healed up, just because he's in the front lines right now. And then we'll skip the movement, because I'm immobilized. Spellweaver. So the regular guards are going to move and attack and strengthen. So if I can take out their ability, because there are no... Oh, there's an elite guard back here. But because he can only move 1, he's not going to be in range of anybody. So I only have to worry about the regular bandit guard here. I just have to immobilize him, and then effectively nothing else will be able to do anything. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Do I want to move on top of that money? Oh, yeah, it's an attack too. I've got to target adjacent enemies. Okay. Oh, this is the Spellweaver doing this. I'm not paying attention. I thought it was the Tinker for a second, but that's okay. The base attack should kill this guy anyway. Man, I am drawing the ×2s like crazy. All right, so Cragheart is... Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to use my push. I could use my push. But the problem with the push is that it would... Well, we'll see. I like just experimenting. So he's going to move a little bit farther, excuse me. I'm going to skip the rest of my movement. I'm going to do... Oh, and then adjacent allies or enemies suffer damage. Okay, so we'll confirm that. Then I'm going to use I'm going to consume the earth to make this a push and get some XP. This is going to be a disadvantage attack, but that's okay. No damage. Why can't I push him too? Well, that sucks. I can't push him up. So he will be able to attack the Spellweaver, but I guess that's a price we got to pay. So the Bandit Guard should not have gotten to attack, but because I had to push him, she had to take a little damage. We'll get her healed up. All right, so we've got to do something because this guy's strengthened. So maybe I'll use Crushing Grasp to immobilize him, but of course that means... Well, either way. Spellweaver definitely cannot go early, so that means the Tinker needs to go early and definitely heal. The Mind Thief, man, these elite guards are the real trouble here. They are just hard to finish off for sure. Okay, so I'm going to use Empathetic Assault, but I'll probably just do a basic attack. This is tough. I'm almost halfway. So there's one archer. Well, all the regular archers are going to get to go. They don't do a lot of attack, but they are going to mobilize people. So I need to take out or control as many of them as I can. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this muddle move thing. Which will help control these elite attacks as much as possible. And then I am going to go ahead and I'm going to just do a basic attack, and I'm going to put my goggles on because I definitely want to try to kill this guy. Man, not a lot of damage. Okay, so we got to heal the Spellweaver. And then I think I am going to go ahead and use this bottom attack action to attack 5. Just because it's going to took a huge chunk out. Ooh, drew a miss. That's good. 2 damage on that one. 1 damage. Not a lot of damage from these guys. I'm definitely a lot more worried about the guards than anything else. I wish I could get these 2 guys. So the elite guard is still coming up, and I'm kind of worried about this one here. I think I can finish him off, but I'm definitely going to have to move up here. Oh, cool, I'm immobilized, and I have no range attacks. Ah! So his turn is completely wasted. I could use opposing strike, but the retaliate's just going to be tough to... All right, we'll go ahead and use it. Wow, I cannot believe that his turn is just wasted. Oof, 4 damage. Okay, so now I have to burn a card because I took a ton of damage right there. Okay, so Spellweaver needs to get some stuff going. We're going to do the Impaling Eruption. We're going to target... That's the most enemies we can target right there. I am going to go ahead and use my Power Potion. And that is about all I can do. Come on. So I killed one. I'm about to get the other. And then movement-wise, just need to get a handle on these elite guys. Man, there are just too many of them. I think I won't lose that card. Okay, so new turn. Thankfully, no more elites. We definitely don't need them. We got to take care of these archers down here. We are past the halfway point at this point, I think. So Let's see. I have retaliate set up, so if I can just get close to these archers and then not let them move. Hmm. So I could use rock tunnel and then I don't really have anything. I guess I could just use a basic attack. Well, it's possible I could use Earth and Cloud to attack someone else. I'm going to do a short rest, unfortunately, because she's got to stay in the action. So yeah, I guess we'll burn Freezing Nova. Okay, so at this point, she has got to be able to get her fire orbs off. So and then she can do some healing on the old Mind Thief. The Mind Thief is going to need to do, I think I'm going to have the Mind Thief do a long rest just to get some extra healing back. And then, so I think, and I'm hoping and dreaming that the poor Mind Thief is going to get a break from these guards in just a second. Let's see. So we'll maybe do the enhancement field just to do some extra damage. All right, so the bandit archers are doing huge attacks, which is not good. Where are the elites is what I'm wondering. Oh, the bandit guards are attacking 3 at range. Man, that's a lot of damage for a... Where is the bandit archer elite? Okay, there she is right there. There's just a lot of attacks going on this round. Okay, so I should be in range to do all of my fire orbs. Boom. Boom. That did no damage. -2. Man. Okay, so we'll heal the Mind Thief. It's actually only one away from max, so that's not too bad. It's a pretty good turn. Yeah, it's going to be much easier to kill this guy and get rid of him. That's going to be my best bet. Well, wait a second. Is that 3? 1. Yeah. Oh, well, obviously I'm not going to immobilize anybody. Okay, so we'll move down here in kind of a cluster. Attack 3. This guy is going to be doing this round way more damage than this guy, although only by 1. Man, I wish I could attack 2 people. Okay, so she was a much more likely kill. All of these guys are going to be doing big damage. Yikes. Man. Wow. Enough damage that he has to burn a card. All right, Craghart. Let's So I have a feeling that the smarter thing to do would be to clump everybody together and try to get the rest of the kills we need. So I think I'm going to do that. Well, I guess I should have consumed the the earth, but to do immobilize, but I didn't need to because he's dead. It's interesting that the original guards and bandits drop gold, but all the summon ones that come in after don't. Just like the physical game, summons new summons once a game starts don't usually drop money when they die. Okay, so the Mind Thief did a long rest, so he'll be getting some HP back. But we are definitely going to have to focus on healing this round. I'm going to have to short rest with everyone. So at this point, I think what I'm going to do is instead of focusing on these elite guys, we just don't have enough stamina to be able to finish that. I'm going to try to move over and finish these easier guards and archers. I'm going to do a short rest. It's going to be kind of close. So I'll burn that. We're going to probably use a lot of burn cards just trying to finish out here. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Now he could heal also, so I could spend a turn kind of healing everybody up. Okay, we'll do that, and we'll get everybody moved away from these elite guards for sure. I think we'll get her frost guards set up, or frost armor set up, so she won't have to worry about damage for a while. I definitely need to move the Mind Thief away. And then get some big attacks set up. Oof. We could even possibly push someone. Okay. All right. It's going to be close, but I think we can do it because we got enough cards. I think we are taking a lot of damage, but whew. Oh, come on, man. Have to give up the dirt tornado. Just because I want to keep the big damage cards. Okay. I could do a flame strike with 3 damage and a wound. Yeah, why not? Oof. He probably won't live long enough to take all those wounds. We'll go ahead and do the frost armor. Frost armor is awesome because it basically makes the Spellweaver invulnerable for 2 attacks. So it's kind of like invisible, except limited. Although she can also tank, technically. So it's better than invisible. Alright, so we're going to move this guy, the old Mind Thief. Ooh. Problem is he doesn't have a lot of damage. So the Bandit Guards are going to get to move 3. And that's, of course, close enough. I just don't want the archers. The archers have already gone. So the regular Bandit Guard's going to get to move 4. I don't think he can move around this log, so I think I'll be okay. Oh, wait, I could just move down here, right? Oh, but that's not going to work for my push. Okay, well, let's just move here. Oh, I should have moved through him and muddled him, but oh well. He's going to be dead, probably. So we'll attack him. I'm not going to worry about poisoning him. Yeah, that was enough damage to kill him. Didn't get to push him. Okay, so Cragheart definitely needs to get some healing in. He may need to stay there. Actually, he's got Retaliate set up anyway, so I think I'm going to have him stay there instead of moving so that the Mind Thief... I should have had the Mind Thief go invisible. Why did I buy those invisibility cloaks? Okay, so we're going to make it harder, hopefully, for the upper elite guy to move down here. We'll see. The regular band elite... Man, why didn't he move? Okay, so we're using frost armor. That's what it's for. So we got no damage. Yes, okay, so that's what I thought. That guy was... Ooh, so he didn't have anywhere else to move. He had to move into the trap, but now he is going to get to attack. Damn it. Okay, wasn't enough to take a card, but that's all right. That's okay. So now at this point, man, we've got these guys on us. So I could either heal and do my flamethrower, which from where I'm standing isn't going to do a lot of damage. Or I can shield everybody and summon my decoy, or do... Well, not shield everybody, but just my allies that are around me. I think I only have to kill 2 more guys, so I feel as though I need to get the decoy out, both to give him XP and then also draw attention away. And then we'll just kind of basic move out of the line of fire. Okay. So at this point, I think what I want to do is try to target these archers up here. They'll be pretty easy kills. But the trick is moving up there and also being able to attack up there. And this bandit guard would also be really good to kill. It's all good. Let's see who can move the fastest. So the problem is still present, apparently, with the UI where you cannot... I can't do a short rest with the old Tinkerer without changing the resolution, which is kind of annoying. Hopefully that'll get fixed soon. So yeah, I literally have to change the resolution so that I can click the yes box. Oof. And I don't even know if it's going to work. All right, so we'll burn that card, I guess. All right, so now I'm going to go to... So this is what I have to do every time I want to change something. Okay. So I definitely need to do a big attack. I know I've got... Okay, here we go. Net shooter. We'll move as close as we can. Ah, man, this really sucks. I don't want to use my burn cards, but at this point, she needs to use it because we're about to, in the scenario, he's just going to try to do an attack on a 4 on somebody, and he can actually do an attack of 5. He's still got his retaliate up. Man, I just don't have any kind of a bottom action that is wonderful. Oh, I just noticed I don't have the correct... I didn't have the correct resolution for a second. There we go. Nope, still don't have it. Keeps popping out for some reason. All right. Okay, so Mind Thief is up first. Whew. That decoy is awesome. It's like got a little bit of tracking noise. All right, so the nice thing about the Mind Thief is he's only got 1 hit point left, but he can stun some people to actually block himself in. So I'm going to do that here with the Elite Guard, or the regular... I guess it's just regular guard. Then I'm going to try working on these archers. Maybe I should work on the other Elite Guard down here, because he is going to be able to do an attack 4. So yeah, unfortunately we'll have to do that. So we'll go ahead and put the Eagle Eye Goggles on. We'll do this attack. I hate to waste such a big attack on somebody that I'm not focused on, but okay, so we're going to go ahead and move up here and attack with Avalanche, and we're going to activate or consume Earth so that we're going to be doing extra damage. That should be enough to kill the regular guy and do a pretty good amount of damage to the other guy. Okay, so I think we might only have to kill one more guy here. Okay, so the Tinkerer is going to move 6 just to get some XP. Man. Oh, he is disarmed. Okay, good. So it doesn't matter who... My Tinkerer is like right up next to him. All right, we'll skip the movement. We're going to do our net shooter. This is always... Okay, there we go. I think we've got everybody targeted. Yeah, because it's blinking for everybody. This is where I'd want to take a potion, but I don't have any. Okay, now that didn't attack the back guy, even though he was targeted. That's annoying. So I have to burn a card. See, what the Mind Thief should have gone invisible. I cannot believe that I'm doing this. He's going to probably go exhausted just by himself. Man, that net shooter was just a terrible... a terrible hit. Didn't do hardly any damage. Okay. Spellweaver can't do anything really except get back her burn cards. She'll have hopefully some big attacks next round. I'm going to go ahead and come over here and grab this gold. Just in case. I mean, even if I die, you get to keep gold and XP. So that's one thing, is that you don't ever really... I mean, you lose, but you don't... you get something even with a loss. Okay, so I'm going to short rest. Excuse me. Tried to inhale some Coke there. All right. Man, I wish I had some earth infused. Because that would be a huge hit. But I guess I'll have to burn it. Everybody's close to exhaustion, so I really have to think about... I'm going to really have to be careful here and think about who I'm going to hit, who's going to be most likely to die. So the Tinkerer has to be available, has to be able to kill somebody. The fastest he can move is 4. Or the farthest he can move is 4, and that's just not 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, he can move up next to the archers. And then what? I can do the flamethrower. That's going to be a pretty big hit. And it should kill this front archer, but then it'll start hitting the back archer. So then the question is, what are we doing with the Mind Thief? Okay, so the Mind Thief doesn't have many cards left either. I could do the Submissive Affliction. And... Man, the problem is if I do a Submissive of Affliction, I'm not going to get to do anything else. So maybe I'll do the Fearsome Blade and the Perverse Edge, do a double attack. At this point, the Fire Orbs is going to be a great final movement for the Spellweaver. We've got the... Yeah, the Massive Boulder will be great for these archers, just in case nobody else can finish them. Okay, I think we've got a good amount of damage here. Ooh, good. The Bandit Guards are only shielding and retaliating, and we're not targeting them. The archers are attacking at a very minimal amount of damage. So that's kind of a sigh of relief. Okay, so we're going to do the move 2 attack 2, or move 4 attack 2, which will also give some XP. But you know what? I just realized that the Tinkerer is going to have to move there. So maybe I'll have him move up here. He should also be able to finish someone off here. And we will go ahead and poison, because his Perverse Edge gets extra damage, and it doesn't matter because that archer died. We now have everybody we need to killed. I am going to skip the basic action. I'm going to go invisible, just to make sure. I don't want to die, just for bragging rights. So I'm not going to do any attacking. So Bandit Guards are doing their whole strengthening. One thing I will say, this is a fun scenario, and it's become very close. It's a very close game. Can't believe I've been playing this almost 45 minutes, but it's a lot longer than a normal dungeon run. It is fun. It's just very intense, because there's a point where you're thinking this isn't a big deal, and then you start getting overwhelmed with troops, and once that happens, you start worrying that you're going to die, and then you realize, oh well, I can lose these cards, but then you don't want to lose too many cards, so it becomes really close. In the end, I still have quite a few cards left with the Tinker, Cragheart, not the Mind Thief, although Cragheart is close to being exhausted too. But it's definitely good. I think it's a well-balanced game. It keeps you on the edge of your seat, but you don't really have to worry too much about it. I'm still kind of infuriated that one of the net shooter cards did not attack this archer in the back, but hopefully we'll get him now. Get her now. Them now. Okay. Not a ton of damage, but it did also wound them. Put fire on the board, which I can't use right now from anybody. Okay, so we will have the Spellweaver move up, and then we'll do the fire orbs on these 3 archers. Now this should kill 2 of them and almost kill 1. Oh, it's going to kill all 3, unless I draw a 0. Now I'm starting to get control of the board. Okay, so at this point, what do I want? Oh, there's literally nothing to do because not even to earn XP with my cards. So I'll just heal. Wish there was some gold I could move to, but there's not. No treasures. So we'll skip the movement. And that's the end of the stage. Nice. Victory. So yeah, that's a tough scenario, but if you play conservatively and don't kill yourself, but then I think at past the halfway point, you really need to start popping. I should have started popping my lost card super abilities a little bit earlier. I always have a hard time mathing that out anyway. I don't think they'll be coming back in a hurry. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so that's cool. So it also lets you know when you've progressed on any of your achievements, which that's the one thing I do want to know all the time. Oh, and it even tells me when I get a record. I've taken a record amount of damage, killed a record amount of enemies, gold pieces looted, items used, ability XP earned with the Tinkerer at 11. That's pretty good for the Tinkerer. More than anybody else. Wow. So I've locked 4 out of 9 locations, killed some archers, killed some bandit guards, working on those. Killed 50 enemies who are muddled or poisoned. That's good. Disciple of Zorn. Now I've noticed that some of these titles are reminding me of the titles that you see on some what do you call them? Personal goals in the physical game. So does that mean that it's going to unlock new characters? That's a good question. Okay, so overall the quest is complete. Got 4 XP. Minor mana potion unlocked. And Wayfarer's Rest is open. I've managed to do a deal with one of the local merchants to get in a stock of minor mana potions, so hit me up for one when you have some spare cash. Well, you know what? I can't do that until level 3 because it's locked. So, trainer. He's got something to say, but I don't know what it is. Oh, look at this. I took 20 damage, so I got an arrow in the knee. I used to be an adventurer like you till then. Claim the reward. I unlock a relic quest. Let's see. I can see you've learned to handle pain, and therefore I think you're ready to take on one of the more dangerous quests. Hidden in a cursed catacomb beneath the city of Slate is a ring of protection that would aid us greatly in our quests. But beware. Not only are there cultists and undead, but the tomb itself will sap your health. Remember to take extra healing. Ugh. This is going to be tough. So, oh, that's cool. I like the little seal. And it has the date you completed it. Sweet. That's tough because I wonder if I can go right to that. First, I have to unlock the starting village in the city of Slate. Okay, so I guess I have to get down to it. And apparently it's going to sap my health, which means it's probably a different, a constant health loss, which sucks. All right. So I can cleanse the Oasis of Vermling, clear out the Undead Crypt. Unlock the weighted net design and Copper Oasis. The Copper Oasis was an area for travelers to refill their canteens after a trek across the Deadlands, but a pack of vermlings have made it home. It's time they were made to leave. I can't read the... Oh, Bloodford is plagued by walking corpses. Clear a nearby crypt of the Blight. The trouble is that there's all of these... hopefully they're not all bounty quests. I'm assuming that the travel means I'm just traveling to a new location type of quest. So we'll go ahead and try this, or at least start this. Well, the weighted net might be kind of cool. Bum, bum, bum. Let's do the weighted net. I got an encounter. You hear the clashes and clangs of what sounds like a fight taking place up ahead. As you draw near, you see a Savas and an Inox locked in a fierce duel. They both notice your arrival and call to you for aid. Craghart will not side against the Inox or against his fellow Savas. So I'm going to try to break up the fight without any of them dying. You leap in their midst and attempt to break up the fight. You successfully manage to drag them away from each other, allowing them to calm down. Without explaining why they were fighting, they each wrest themselves from your grasp and storm off, heading down the path in opposite directions. 12 XP. You trek for a number of days across the Deadlands on an area with little life or beauty. Climbing atop a stony outcropping, you see the oasis in the distance, at odds with the desolation around it. The next morning you arrive, thanks Joe, at the edge of the woodland and immediately hear the chittering and highly nasal tones of the vermlings. It is time to make this place safe for travelers once more. No new updates either from the news. I think the one big thing they announced was that it's their 1-year anniversary of being in early access, which is crazy, but also pretty cool that, I think it's great that they're taking the time to really perfect it. And I do think it's a giant game, really. It's a huge task. The vermlings have made a simple camp here. The oasis is littered with their rubbish. As you step into view, they grab their weapons and attack. There's like giant, man, the cave bear elites are like, oh, there's cave bears. Never seen them before. They have a pretty huge attack. Now, the hounds usually go really fast. So that's their trick. Looks like this is just a normal dungeon. It looks like it's a 2-room dungeon. So this first room is pretty big right off the bat. I'm going to do a little dirt tornado over here on this group. And rumbling advance. I think I'll also do an impaling eruption on these guys over here. Take care of this group to our left here first. I think I'm going to get the old plague rat out this time. I know it's early, but this is just 2 dungeons, so hopefully they'll either serve as a good fodder tank or whatever. And then we will... Yeah, we'll do the parasitic influence to make somebody move into a trap. That should be fun. I am going to try to stun shot somebody with the old Tinkerer, and then maybe try to get maneuvered over somewhere. So yeah, ooh, the Cave Bear is also a quick character, and it looks like the hounds are actually moving slow this time, but they are attacking twice, or attacking, moving, and then attacking. So it's not a huge attack, but it does pierce, so shields don't help. I don't usually have a lot of shielding anyway, except for Cragheart. The Vermling Scouts are just doing an attack, but they can attack 2 people. Oof, Cave Bear was able to move along a lot. Okay, so I'm going to take 4 damage. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move up 1 space. And then how Impaling Eruption works is I trace a path, and it can only be, so basically I pick a target, but then everything on the path to that target is also hit. So I'm going 4 spaces max. I could, if I wanted to, I could try to line up 4 people, but I think 3 is the max that I can get, unless there's a line of 4 right in front of me. I am going to use my power potion. So I have to trace the path myself. Now this should, if I draw a +1, it's going to kill everybody. +1 or higher. If I draw a 0, they'll all be down to 1 hit point. Okay, so the back 2 guys are going to be killed. Front one's only down to 2 hit points. Now it works to use the Spellweaver's powerful cards as soon as you want, simply because she's going to get them back anyway. Okay, so the Cave Bear has gone, but the Hounds have not. So it's probably going to be smart for me to stun this Hound that is within range here. And then I will probably move away. Move back a little ways from the fray of the battle. Okay, so Cragheart now has a 3-person tornado range. So we'll set that off. Oh, and I could have used Earth to do an extra attack. Why didn't I see that? Man, I'm just not paying attention. Okay, so I can move 2, and then it'll do 2 damage. Everybody's got muddled. Okay. Mind Thief is going to make the poor Vermling move on to this trap and die. And then we'll summon the old Plague Rat. It's always fun to bring out the summoned creatures. Give them a little exercise, take them out for a walk. We'll probably be stopping after this turn. Just try to get off about 9:30-ish. Keep it at a 9:30 limit. We'll definitely pick this up next week. Oh, I forgot that Hound was going to be able to attack, whereas before it wouldn't. But that's okay. Haven't taken too much damage so far. Really pretty good as far as healing goes. Although the Tinker needs to be healed. But so let's see if we can get. Oh, I guess we're stopping at the top of the round. This is the top of the round. Well, we'll do one more round. I'll do a quick. I don't want to use Avalanche right away. I wish I could get an opposing strike off. I don't think I can move anywhere where that can happen. I mean, it might be worth it since it's just 2 rooms to do the avalanche. All right. So she'll do some fire orbs. And we'll get some Mind's Weakness set up. Yeah, I don't want to use Perverse Edge. Okay. And then we'll do some healing with the Tinkerer. And that should be it. All right, so last round. Ooh, so see, here you go. The fast-moving hounds and now the cave bear. Move 5. So they're just muddling, but it's still kind of annoying. They do a howl that muddles you. You know, muddle's no fun when it happens to you. Ooh, still a good amount of damage. Now, the hounds also have a natural retaliation, which kind of sucks. But, you know, you got to hit them. They're really the only way you can avoid it is with range attacks, so... I don't think the bear has that, though, thankfully. Okay, so we will move to... Just to stand by my friend here. I mean, I'll heal myself, but I don't need to. Then we'll do a... I'll use my goggles. I need to use my goggles whenever I have a chance because it is just an exhausted ability. So I could get it back if I do a long rest. So it's really worth it. So once I pick my target, I'm also going to poison the bear because he's got a lot of hit points. 13, 14 hit points. It's a lot. So this will add a poison and some muddle. Or no, Cragheart added the muddle. So this will just be poison. Now it's Cragheart's turn. I'm not going to worry about doing the bottom half of Unstable. I'm just going to, well, I'll just, okay, now I'm going to do the stupid Earth for extra damage. Okay, so I'm targeting both of these guys. They should both die. Boom. Got a lot of money here, so I'm going to move on the money. Nice. He drew his miss for the bear. That would have been a big attack. All right, Tinkerer. He'll just kind of heal himself here. Get himself feeling normal again. Now the downside is if I use fire orbs, I'm only going to be able to target 2 people. But you know what? That's okay. I'm going to get some money. Pull off these fire orbs. Probably kill the hound. Maybe... No, the bear's definitely not going to get killed. But he will be below half. And we're doing a good job of collecting the money. Well, except for this money back here. But that's okay. All right, so that's the end of the round. I think we'll stop here for today and pick it up next week. But very cool new scenario types. Kind of keeps you on your toes. Definitely very exciting. And we'll just keep unlocking stuff, earning achievements, checking out the preview first look here at Gloomhaven Digital. So it's pretty exciting. I can't wait to. I also need to sub in some other people every once in a while just to keep everybody up at the same level as well. So it'll be exciting. I'm kind of wondering what they'll do as like a repeatable, because I'm assuming you could just keep just playing side missions and level up forever. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, until next week, we'll see all you guys. Have a great week. Be back next Tuesday. Take care. Bye.